Hey guys, good morning. Just got done working out at the gym this morning. Just really getting in there and getting it. Um I just kind of laugh because that sounds like one of those workout, enthusiasts, getting in and getting it. But that's not what I was going to talk about. I'm not talking about my workouts. I was going to talk I'm going to talk about priorities. Priorities. And sometimes, when you're in this recovery process, and it doesn't matter whether you're recovering from drugs, alcohol, or a divorce, or a heartbreak, or weight loss, or an accident, or somebody passed, when you're in a recovery process, rebuilding your energy, your fortitude, your motivation, your health, your confidence, when you're in that recovery, sometimes we run into the temptation to want to try to do everything, to fix everything, because so many things have been broken. Do you ever have one issue that just becomes so big that it affects all the other things in your life? And I know, the people I work with, dealing with addictions know exactly what I'm talking about. But that relates to any category or temptation or problem that we haven't addressed. When you ignore it, when you compromise with something that's really not meant to be in your life, it will destroy your life. It will destroy your life. Like and I tell jokes, about my weight and everything, and but it's really serious. I have a food addiction. I've had other addictions, which is, well, we won't talk about that right now. But I have a food addiction, and I've talked about that before. And I'll tell jokes about cheesecake and me wanting to smuggle donuts and everything, and that's all funny until it's not. Until we talk about my diabetes, until we talk about the high blood pressure, until we talk about one day my blood pressure, not anytime recent, don't worry, but my blood pressure was, geez, what was it, 170 over 115? I don't know. It was extremely high, and I had stopped working out, and I had just felt defeated, because anybody who's been overweight knows that what comes with that is depression, low self-esteem, lack of energy. It just affects everything. Um, and so I had to rededicate myself to working out, eating healthy, and coming to the gym. But when you run into those situations where you're at the beginning of recovering, you know, be careful not to try to do too many things at once, because you'll run the risk of blowing a fuse, and you'll run the risk of doing a lot of things in a. You can only do a few things very well. You can do a lot of things okay, but I'm not trying to be okay. I'm trying to be phenomenal. I mean, let's be truthful. Anybody who says I just want to be average in life is lying to yourself. Okay, you're lying to yourself. You want to be as great as you can be, and that's not being arrogant. Okay, I mean, but that's another topic. I won't go there yet. We're going to save that for a self-esteem discussion. But when you try to do too much, you run the risk of just really messing everything up and defeating yourself in the beginning. And I'm saying that because today is my schedule is, I come in the morning, I work out with Sue. I go home and I do some paperwork, do some writing, then I go to work, and then I come back later on this evening, go to boxing, work out again, and I'm just really kind of getting it. This is my day to really kind of get it. And my grandson Jaden called me, and he said, "Grandpa, what are you doing tomorrow?" And I said, "Well, I'm working, buddy." He's like, "Oh, okay." And I almost let it go because I was busy. I'm thinking, okay, all right, he didn't want that much, and I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing. But that little voice inside me said, ask him what he wants. So I had to slow down my own priority list in my head that I was working on to refocus to hear what my grandson was trying to say. And I said, Jaden, what do you need, buddy? And he says, well, I just wanted to know if you would come help me do my homework. And you would think that would have, shook me out of my focus. Sometimes I'm so, I've got such blind spots that it's hard for me to hear other things. Do you ever get in the zone and you miss things around you? That happens when you're in the addiction. You're in your active addiction so much that you miss the world going on around you. I gotta roll down this one I'm high. And so I started to tell him that I could come by on another day to help him with his homework. I started to come and tell him, I said, I'll tell you what, come by Wednesday or Friday. And I was getting ready to say that. But then I said, what are you doing, Will? He's asking for help. Change your schedule because he's more important than you going to boxing tonight. You can just go in the morning and work out extra. And I turned around in the middle of what I was saying. I said, hey, you know what, buddy? I'm gonna change my schedule and I'll be there. I'll be there around 6 today. And you could just hear it in a voice like, okay, Grandpa, and thank you. And he was just, it kind of broke my heart because not that anything he said, it was the fact that I was about to turn him down, and that made me want to cry on the inside. Um, and so I'm just encouraging you guys to be flexible in your to-do list. Make sure that your destination doesn't get lost in your steps, because my destination is to be a better man for my family, healthy, wise, financially stable, prayed up. I want to be all those things for my family. And I was about to miss that because I was so focused on the healthy part that I forgot that that's not the goal. The goal is not just for me to be healthy. The goal is for me to be there for my family in all those areas. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I hope that doesn't just sound like me rambling, because sometimes I do that after I get done working out because I'm kind of whipped. But I'm just encouraging you guys to be flexible and not so close-minded in what you want to do that you forget what you're supposed to do. Okay. Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.